Okay, let's do the show. Welcome to the show, and you are welcome to the show. We got a load of new Patreons. How do we do this? Give you this show for free? Very simple. We have Patreons who support us financially. Anything from £1 up to £1 million we will take. Go to Patreon.
Thank you. That was me saying thank you through the medium of sneeze.
Go to patreon.com.
Oh, so grateful.
Go to patreon.com/Iain and Katherine and have a look at the tiers there, and you can get access to a show every week. Over 2,000. Are you going to do it?
There's one in there.
Oh, my God.
It's coming.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You get access to over 2,000 hours worth of, probably closer to 3,000. And we've got we've got some returners and we've got some news. Craig Fitzpatrick, thank you very much indeed. Stuart Wilson, Darren Zavala, Damien Littlewood. Oh, Damien, do I know you, Damien? I think I know you.
Are you thinking of Dominic Littlewood?
No.
Don't get Dominic
I'm thinking
Littlewood.
of a Damien, the way that name is spelt.
Oh.
Wendy, Susan signed up on Christmas Day.
She must have been with the drink.
It must have been a little Christmas present to yourself.
Why not?
Michael Micklethwaite. I'm sure we have one more. Vader's Inhaler. I think that's it. Thank
That'll
you, everyone.
do.
That's
Thank
a lot.
you.
If you sign up to the 15 and above tier, which I believe Morris, was it Morris? No, hang on, not Morris. Michael, you get invited to a Zoom meeting, and we're going to sort that out. Anyway,
Yeah. On
with the show. We've been away for a few weeks, feeling a little bit out of practice. Let's not look at that because that's going to put us off.
Yeah.
Feeling a little bit out of practice, but it's good to be here. Christmas has happened.
Yes.
Christmas is done and gone. We went away.
Yeah, but first we had a little treat, didn't we? We could not afford £600 last time Fleetwood Bac were in town.
This is wild.
But I could afford to take Ian on a slap-up extravaganza to Putney to see Fleetwood Bac.
The Half Moon in Putney, which is a great venue. We played there years ago. My
Yeah.
trousers split as soon as I came on stage, and my young niece and nephew didn't like us swearing, so they left. And I was talking to someone about... Oh, yeah, I know. I was talking to someone about that venue this week. So we went and saw Fleetwood Bac. I didn't know what it was. And we got there. It was like, oh, my God, Fleetwood Bac.
Yeah.
Ian Hyland was there,
Yes.
the TV critic.
Yes.
Now, he must have written something about me in the past, good or bad. I don't really remember. I'll be honest. I don't really care. And I was going to go... He's very tall. He's taller than me.
I know, I did not have him in my mind as a tall man.
I seem to remember him writing something fairly nice about me once.
Okay.
I seem to remember that. I was going to go and say hello. Oh, I didn't. I'm going to go and say hello, but I didn't. So it's a small venue. It holds... I found out today it holds 230 standing, which was that... And so it's not very big, and it's kind of on a diagonal, the room. It's a strange, small shape. And... So much happened that night.
It was
somewhat
wild. It was fun as well, but it was interspersed with moments of high drama.
First of all, there are old men pushing in front of me at the bar. You know, the worst kind of person is the person that knows you've been waiting at the bar longer, but still goes ahead of you.
And after pushing in and getting the barman's attention... Then you got distracted. The barman saying to him, and he was talking to him, and he was completely ignoring him.
Even worse than people that use phones in cinemas. Oh. The people. So we're at the bar. I go to get served. I go, oh no, actually, she was before me. Thanks very much. Not you. There's a woman there. She goes, thanks very much. While this person's getting served, this old man comes up on the other side of her, right? He must have seen me.
Yeah.
He must have seen me. Old man comes up, and a middle-aged woman comes that side. She's being served. It's my turn. Who's next? Oh, yeah, it's me. I'll have 3 pints. I'm stood there thinking.
What was our faces like this? We turned to each other and went.
Well, I mouthed the C word. Right. And I'm raging.
He was. I had to hold him back. He was like.
Raging. And then the barman, they have a tough job. It's a small bar, though, so they should have known. Then goes to the woman next to me. You know what she did? She went, he was before me. What a saint. What a Samaritan. Mm-hmm. What a saint. Jesus Christ himself would have been proud of her. She's going up to heaven.
Yeah, she is.
She's going up to heaven. Although, actually, I shouldn't make jokes about people going to heaven because, actually, that may have happened to someone in the venue. Yeah. We'll come to that in a bit. So then we went and stood.
Oh, my God.
Then what happened?
So...
This whole night was insane.
We weren't directly in front of the band, but we were close enough that I could see, right? Because I am not a tall woman, and so my positioning is very important.
If it had been round, which it wasn't because it can't, there would have been 1, 2, 3... 4, 5 room for 5 people in front of us.
Yeah, but I managed to position myself so I could see through there was a trajectory, an eye trajectory to Stevie Nicks, the ersatz Stevie, right?
They were so good.
They were terrible wigs.
Oh,
excellent voices.
They had wigs, did they?
A little bit, yes. Actually, no worse than the wigs you see on telly now. I always know when someone's about to get a glow up because they've got a really shitty wig on, and I go, right, okay, well. Mind you, I've got no room to talk today. I used a different shampoo and it's gone like straw. Anyway.
You see me playing with my glasses. Don't worry. I have booked in to see an optician on Monday. Why Monday? And I thought you'd be busy. I haven't got any work at all. I haven't got any work. Next week, how much work you got? How many clients you got for? Anyway, carry on, Katherine.
So if you were ever thinking about maybe spending some time on your mental health, this is the guy.
This is the guy to help your mental health. Yes.
Right. So we're there. We're positioned. There was plenty of time. We were early, weren't we? We were early. Right?
We were early.
There was no pushing and shoving. It was one of those sedate middle-aged events. Or so we thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, this woman sort of comes around Iain like this. And she's like talking to him, and I thought, oh, what's this? I could sense aggro. I couldn't hear it.
Oh, no, well, first of all, there were 2 women behind me, and I could hear them say...
There was a kerfuffle, wasn't there?
I could hear them say, oh, we're not going to see anything behind him.
Yeah.
So then they moved into... There's a big space in front.
Remembering it's not chocker.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to stand behind the tallest person.
So they moved into this gap in front.
Yeah.
And then it happened while the band were on. So the band came out. Did they, or was it before the band?
The band were on.
The band were on.
They were on. So then they kind of stood in front, but they stood in front, leaving loads of room and sort of pushing back a little bit. So
we had to take a step back a bit, but they were in quite a big bubble, but they kept pushing.
So I could feel, and I shouldn't have worn. Why do I always do this? Please, next time we're going out, would you remind me not to wear nice shoes because they were not walking boots and they were certainly not standing up boots. No, don't. So my feet started to pinch a little bit, but also I wasn't as stable as I would have been on more of a secure base, right? So the fact that I felt like I didn't want to shove the man behind me, and these women were kind of, I could feel them invading my force field. And it's not a nice sensation.
Your force field, okay, yeah.
So anyway, and I was just very conscious of them being like in our space. And then they were just like chatting. People were just talking really loud. And actually all the way through it, there were people talking. And as they got more and more pissed, they got louder and louder.
Oh, the drunk guy will come to him.
But you said on more than one occasion while we were there, I don't think these people know how gigs work.
They don't.
Because the woman sort of said to you, didn't she, when she came round and sort of took her position in that large circle that she made ever wider.
Yeah.
She said something about like, I can't see behind you or
something like that.
As if it's your fault for growing.
But then a big, loud, I think he was Scouse guy, then starts, as the band are playing, really shouting at one of the women.
You're obviously together. Why don't you... Yes,
I don't know if they were talking, because I couldn't hear them really talking.
I could just hear bits, because obviously the band were on, right? And he was like, yeah, you and your friend, da-da-da-da. I could tell you together, why aren't you... And then they got upset, didn't they, the women?
No, one of them did. One of them kept going, I've paid, I'll enjoy myself. You do that again. Aye, lad, you do that again. It's in Scouse, like I'm doing. If one side of glasses is higher than the other, I had to Google this.
You got a higher ear?
No. I bend... The side that is higher, I bend the arm there. No. You bend one side.
That was straight.
No, it's because,
Don't move.
but it was wonky in my ears. Oh. So she's like, I'll do what I want to do. And then she stood there for a bit, and then she walked off. His behaviour was inappropriate. He was a big bloke shouting at
But they had
someone
been there shouting over at someone at the bar who never joined them. Well, they didn't have a chance, did they?
Anyway, and then the one person stayed, then she went, all right, fine. 10 minutes later, right, there's an old boy. I don't actually know how, he looked old, but he looked very grey.
Yeah.
And he sort of looked like he was about to faint. Right, I think he sort of fainted a bit, and 3 or 4 people caught him, right? And he's like swaying around a bit, and I went, oh, you could sort of see it.
It looked like they were trying to walk him out at first.
Then they started walking him out because it looked like he'd been overwhelmed or something, you know. And they started walking him out, and it was dark in the audience, but it's small. And then suddenly, I saw him go down.
Yeah, he went over.
And suddenly there's a big, like, circle, right? And the band are still playing. And people start going, stop! And then they finish the song. And then
Lindsay
Buckingham's doing a piece. You know, okay, guys, it's great to see you here today. Everyone's going, no, stop! And then we join in, go, stop. And then the guy in the sound desk saw what was happening. Oh, you just unplugged that cat.
Patty.
Thank you. The guy in the sound desk saw what was happening, and they have, if there's an emergency, they have like a big flashlight that they shine at the band. And the band saw it and went, oh, okay, I think we're going to stop. Then the lights came on, band walked off. Could everyone please leave the premises? And this guy was on the floor. He was Sparko. Someone was giving him mouth to mouth.
Yeah, and his shirt was open. They were giving him.
And he looked really old, but he also looked very, very grey. And he was getting all of that.
We're all filing out.
Not all of us.
All bar one bloke who was just enjoying his pint and watching.
Oh, there was a woman next to me as well that was just like watching. And it's like, this is private.
Yeah.
This is a very private moment. Unless you're medically trained, and there was a doctor there, unless you're medically trained, get the F out. This is none of our business.
Yeah.
And then we're out in the bar waiting. And there was a very dark vibe. It was a dark
strange
vibe.
Considering what a silly show we'd gone to see.
Yeah.
And a delightful show.
And it got so uncomfortable. We went and stood outside in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
Ended up talking to the 2 women that had been shouted at. Very, very posh. And one of them said, oh, it smelled of urine in there. It smelled of pee in there. And I said, no, it didn't. Did you not smell the pee? I said, no, I didn't smell it at all. And then they went, we're going to go home.
Yeah, there was 2 of those women and a posh gentleman.
Very posh.
And they were both like, like they'd had an awfully strange experience.
30 minutes later, we were all called back in. I'd say about a third of the audience had gone.
I mean, at the point they left, I was thinking they're going to call it in a second.
Yeah.
Like, we should go.
Yeah. We went back in. Band carried on playing. Didn't see an ambulance, but maybe they went round the back, but you'd still think you'd see the blue lights reflecting somewhere. Did they eat him? And the band...
A little reference was made saying the guys were wishing him well.
We
and thanks very
dedicate
much
this
to the doctor who helped him.
And that was it. And I think he died. I mean, I don't know. It was...
I think he got taken to hospital.
But
it's never great when you're getting mouth to mouth, is it?
Is it not? That's not what you tell me. It's...
No, but what I'm saying is that's quite an extreme manoeuvre. Again, stop it. But it is. Chest compressions. You break bloody ribs and all sorts.
But the band were great. It was a very, very weird night.
Safe to say, we will never forget the night Iain heard Fleetwood Bac.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was weird.
It was a very, very strange night.
Then we had Christmas, and then you and I, nothing happened over Christmas worth talking about. It was all right. We got through it. And I went out for Christmas dinner.
Yeah, you
did.
did.
For the first time.
To a pub. A pub, and you were treated like kings.
Yeah, they took it really, really slowly, which was great. And we took Uno. It's called Uno No Mercy. It should be called Uno Mercy. And it's brutal. You end up with, like, if you get to 25 cards in your hand, you might as well
They could have called it You Friend of Mine.
No, but it's called Uno.
Uno Friend of Mine.
Doesn't work.
Because it's like, it's got major stitch-ups in there, hasn't it? It's like, take 25 cards.
No, it
and
doesn't. It doesn't have a take 25.
What's it got then?
You just heard me say 25 and went. It's got a pick up 10. But you can put a pickup 10 on a pickup 10. Mandula's in the house. But I don't want to talk about Christmas. That feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, but they weren't here.
It doesn't matter. It's done. We just saw an advert for Christmas 2025 on the telly. I've had a haircut, and I really, really like it. I don't really like the shape at the back. I said to him, scissor cut. No clippers. Scissor cut. Bit of length. I like a bit of length at the back. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's going on?
I think someone may have heard your order. It's Gary.
Don't know how we manifest this. Oh, it's Gary's forehead. Gary's.
Look what I've got.
Read the rules.
Okay, hold on. I haven't actually opened this yet. It's brand new that I got for Christmas.
It's got a lot of cards in there. It's got about 4 packs worth of cards because you pick up so many.
Yeah, look.
We're playing this at Christmas dinner. Oh, and the point was, my youngest Kim, of course, because we've been eating throughout the day, said, when the food came, said, actually, I'm not hungry. I said, not a problem. Can we have this to go? And his cheese board. He had turkey Christmas dinner for his breakfast on Boxing Day. Absolute player. And then on Boxing Day, we watched all 7 episodes of Squid Game Season 2, back to back. Then his mum picked him up. Yes, Gatford.
Talking of mean games.
I'm afraid that due to the fact that I had laser eye surgery yesterday to help me with my eyes, I can't read the instructions.
Okay, well, you're no use to us. You're no use to us. You're no use to us in that respect, I'm afraid. That's
a sad state of affairs.
It's a sad fact about Britain, 21st century Britain. Loved Squid Game Season 2. Loved it. Not as good as the first, and I don't think anything could be as good as the first, but loved it. Kim has then gone on to watch Alice in Borderlands 1 and 2, which is a Japanese show, which I absolutely loved it. It's one where they're in Tokyo, then they get transported to like parallel universe, and they got to do all these violent games. And why I loved it was, at the end, there's this battle, and the woman goes, I suppose you want to know what this is.
Yeah, big reveal.
I go, yeah. And then she just first of all, she goes, well, what it is you live in the future, and it's a world that is addicted to virtual reality, and you've been playing virtual reality, and you just got stuck in it. So if you take your helmets off now, you'll be in the real world. And they look at each other and go, she goes, only joking. No, what it is, and she does about 6 or 7 where she reveals, and they go, really? She goes, no, I'm only joking. What it really, it's so good. Anyway, Kim's just watched that. We're also, no spoilers, please. We've got a new episode of Beast Games to watch. Now, I know what people think of Mr. Beast. I know what people think about him. The show, Beast Games, is phenomenal television.
I think the rest of television might as well just pack up.
I think they should. It is phenomenal. Yeah. I have never seen a show like it. It's thrilling. It's cruel. It is absolutely wonderful. Exactly, Jim. Whatever you think about him.
It's basically so the game the devil would play.
Oh, so
right?
Good.
The devil would play. Friend is turned against friend.
Yeah.
Characters are tested and destroyed. People, it brings out the very, very worst in people. Pure greed. There are Svengali type characters trying to manipulate the others. There's all kinds of intrigue going on. And so don't be trapped into thinking it's so like good. An episode of, what's it called? We Are the Champions or something.
It's a reality
so much better
show.
than that.
It's a game show, Mandy, but it's, oh my God. Maybe when it's all aired, maybe we'll talk about it in a bit more detail. Anyway. We went away to Wales. It was your Christmas present. Mm-hmm. I rented a cottage. And then the day before I checked it, I went, oh, no, it's not a cottage. It's just like a tiny cabin.
Yeah, in a guy's garden.
In a guy's garden.
We were like 2 little garden gnomes.
But it was all right, wasn't it?
It was so good. He'd done it beautifulely.
Yeah, it was good.
It was great. And
great
there was a log burner. Turns out I'm wicked at fire starting.
Good at fire starting.
Yeah.
Twisted.
Yeah. You know why that is? Me and my mum were starting fires a lot in the Lake District. Legally. There was a wood burner there.
Yeah.
And it's very, very satisfying.
Yeah.
Very satisfying.
And we got snowed in the night, but so the Saturday night we were going to go on the Sunday, and he said just a warning: there's going to be snow, and it's up this country. It was up this country lane that you had to take. My car's crap, but you had to take a run up in the car.
Yeah, because at one moment when we first got there, you were kind of about to launch into it, and then two cars came down the other way, and we had to rethink everything.
Yeah, the first time I went up there, I went, no, I've got to go backwards and do this. I need a run up. And he said, well, I suggest you go and park half a mile down the road at the off license, because it means you'll be able to get your car, and I'll give you a lift in the morning and you can get there and stuff. But we got snowed in. It was great.
I was sad about one thing. It was a beautiful sight to see. It was a lovely view out the front of the thing.
Can I interrupt for 1 second? Hi, Joseph. Hello, Joseph. See you, Iain Katherine Boyle.
Hi, Joseph. So, yeah, it was a beautiful scene. The snow was beautiful. Yeah. The kids were clearly enjoying themselves. We could hear them playing in the garden.
Saturday night when the snow came down, it was thick because we're at the foot of a mountain. You could hear these kids, we found out, were like 9 and 11, playing in the snow about 9:30 at night. What a sound. What a sound.
Yeah. We were going to be going to see Nosferatu, which I really want to watch.
Well, I paid for the tickets and we didn't go.
I know.
I didn't really want to see it.
I know you didn't, but I really do.
I can't be bothered. But I paid for the tickets and we didn't go, so keep that in mind.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that I was prepared to go and see a film that I think I wouldn't enjoy for you.
Okay.
There we go.
Bruce Lee.
Sorry?
Mandy. All the films you've ever taken me to.
I didn't want to see. We got free. I didn't want to see Mandy. We got free tickets to it. It was shit.
That was really shit.
I didn't want to see that. We got free tickets. That wasn't Mandy starring Nicolas Cage is on a psychedelic horror. I really want to go and see that. That wasn't that. It was like, I've been given some free tickets to go and see a film. Should we go? It'd probably be rubbish, but it'd be a laugh.
Yeah.
What was the first one you said?
The Bruce Lee one. But I actually did enjoy the Bruce Lee
Enter the Dragon.
one. I did enjoy Bruce Lee.
Here's the thing.
Because here's the thing.
I know.
No, let me tell you the thing
We'll
first.
tell them at the same time. Is there 3, 2, 1? You didn't have to come. I bought you tickets and you didn't have to come.
I will try things. Because...
And I was prepared to try something.
No, you weren't.
You
were glad you didn't have to.
I spent £18 on a film that I didn't see.
And you'll do it again.
I'm not paying to go and see that. I can't afford now. I ain't got no work.
Oh, it's all right. It'll keep.
It'll be on Hooky soon. There's a buzzing.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Shut up. There it is. It's that cable.
So yeah, that was good. We went to Caerphilly. They don't sell cheese there.
They don't sell the cheese.
How long did it take us? It took us to Cardiff, didn't it, to find a co-op to find.
And then we didn't even have it in the end.
Oh, I had it on a butty for my breakfast.
You be.
I had it on a butty for my lunches.
See.
We did have a bit.
You D. How did we get there? How did we drive there?
Carefully.
No, Caerphilly.
Then we went to Cardiff. Oh, really good thing we did in Cardiff. Again, food-based.
What did we do in Cardiff that was good?
The roast dinner wrap.
Oh, dirty. That's a roast dinner themed show tonight.
We shared one between us, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it was too much for anyone to have one each. But it was wrapped in a flat Yorkshire pudding. It had like spuds in it and all sorts, like the full works. It was pork. They didn't have any beef left, did they?
Beef and turkey had sold out. Yeah.
Pork with apple sauce. Bloody hell.
I was going to do a roast this weekend, but I'm at yours. So
I'm doing one, am I?
Yep. Okay. There we go. We're having a roast dinner, which would be nice. So Wales is fun. Then we're back. We're back in the real world.
And it turns out things are still tricky for both.
I had made some notes. I had written some things down, but I wrote some of them down quite a while ago. Mm-hmm. And
quite itchy nose now because of the sneezing.
I don't know what they mean. So, let
me see if I can unpick.
So, first one, I wrote this down today. I've been having real trouble with...
Oh, was that the cat pic from Wales? Yes, the viral cat pic.
Oh, yeah, that was the cat pic from Wales. That was, that went viral. 9.6 million views on Twitter.
How much money did you make from that?
It's not come through yet. So expecting a very, very healthy check. I I've been having problems sweating. I've always had, like, my right armpit has always sweated more than the left, but it's been fine for a long time. But recently, I've been smelling. I've been sweating and I've been smelling, and I've been out. The one shirt had absorbed the smell, and I got rid of that shirt. But I've been out when we were at Fleetwood Bac, sweating. And I go, I can smell myself. It's horrible. I wash and everything. I have changed my life.
Okay.
Simple.
Have you started shaving your armpits?
I don't use shower gel anymore. Do you know what I use?
Soap.
Bar of soap. A bar of soap. And do you know what soap I use? I use Imperial Leather in the shower. Posh. I use soap. But then I thought, I want soap in the sinks. You know what soap I bought for the sinks?
Palmolive.
Pears. I've got pears.
Very Victorian.
The shape, the dip, the logo, the smell. It's like medicine soap. Mandy got it. Pears. It's like medicine soap. Jack says, I reckon Imperial Leather made me bisexual. I'm assuming you're referring to the adverts.
What, the jacuzzi adverts?
Yeah.
They had,
that family were weird.
Having
Swingers.
a bath in space.
Nudists. And on a train. There was one on a train. Pears soap. When you all wash your hands later on, you better do, you dirty mare. Pears. Lovely pears.
I have started using soap in the shower for me pits and bits.
Yeah.
I'll use body lotion. I use the shower gel for the rest of my body, but for the intimate areas, a bit of soap.
What a waste
Dove.
shower gel is.
Dove.
Because you put shower gel on, and then you put... Oh, it's dripped. It's dripped on the floor. I've wasted it.
I think your application needs a little bit of work.
How would you apply it?
Like that.
One more time for the OnlyFans. You get more of that if you sign up to the Patreon, and you get more of me doing it as well.
I've also been using a Korean mitt. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, is it like exfoliate?
Yeah!
Yeah, I've had them
I gave
before.
you one, didn't I?
Fucking hell.
A little one. They look tiny. And then
They all know we're seeing each other now, so stop making jokes about it.
They look tiny, and then you put them on your hand and get them wet, and then they get a bit bigger still.
Okay, so other stuff I wrote down previously
Everything sounds like filth tonight.
for the show is spent but content. What was that from? What does that mean?
No, content.
Spent but content. I've put 5-star Friday.
What's that?
That's the C word written in capital letters.
Why?
I have no idea. Here's one.
I was privy to most of these experiences that you're referring to, and none of that makes any sense.
I'm going to say something, and you're going to correct me. I had a message from David Turner's the other day, and he was talking about a game, and he said, this game is as dull as dishwater.
No. Ditch.
What? Ditchwater. Yeah. And we had a big old argument about it.
If your dishwater is dull, you must put more in. It's filthy.
Dull as
Ditch
water.
Water.
Okay. What? We had a game called Which Bit? What was that?
Yeah, I remember.
What was Which Bit?
Yesterday, you phoned me up using the power of...
Do video phone
the
calls
video
now,
chats,
isn't it? It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And he said, right, guess which bit of my face
I'm
going to zoom in on.
Oh, yeah.
And I got one right and one wrong.
Yeah. We can't really do it on this. So everyone, right, I am going to think of a bit of my face I'm going to touch.
Why don't I point? Why don't you think of it and then I'll point to it?
Okay. So I'm going to think of a bit. Everyone in the chat guess. And I promise I'm going to think of it. And, okay, I've thought of it.
I'm going to channel their vibes.
So let them put the answers in there. I'm not going to change my answer. I swear to God. If you're listening to the podcast, this ain't great. But I'm thinking of a bit of my face. Answers in the chat.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
You'll never know.
If you're listening to the pod, I cannot believe that. If you're listening to the poddy or you're watching the voddy, say goodbye to this body. You'll never know. You got to sign up and be a Patreon.